Welcome to our latest Wandering Walks of Wonder Tour. Today we're headed to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Wayne is situated as the county seat of Allen County and takes its name from a U.S. military fort established in 1794 under the command of General Anthony Wayne. This fort was constructed at the confluence of the St. Joseph and St. Mary's River, forming the Maumee River, following General Wayne's triumph over the Miami Indians. Originally the capital of the Miami Nation, known as the Keokonga, the region saw its first European settlers in the 1680s and mostly consisted of French fur traders who established a trading post in this area. Serving as a crucial portage between the Great Lakes via the Maumee River and the Mississippi Rivers, the area witnessed the construction of the first French port, Fort Miamis, in 1697. Our walk begins here today in front of the Allen County Courthouse. This historic courthouse was constructed under the guidance of architect Brentwood S. Tolan. The building's construction began in 1897 and the cornerstone was laid on November 17th of that same year. It was officially dedicated on September 23, 1902 and cost about $818,000 to complete. Celebrating its centennial in September of 2002, the building underwent a 7-year restoration that cost $8.6 million. Alongside the Allen County Courthouse is another beautiful building known as the Lincoln Bank Tower. The construction of the Lincoln Tower commenced just shy of a month before the stock market crash of October 1929, marking the onset of the Great Depression. Despite the economic challenges, this 312-foot tall building was successfully completed in November of 1930, and it held the distinction of being Indiana's tallest building for many years. The design, crafted by the Cleveland firm of Walker & Weeks, drew inspiration from the iconic Tribune Tower in Chicago. The Lincoln Tower stands as a tribute to the German immigrant community in Fort Wayne. Charles Buchanan, a first-generation German immigrant and president of Lincoln National Bank and Trust from 1929 to 1962, conceived and directed the project. The building was built by another German immigrant, A.M. Strauss, while the construction was carried out by the firm of Busching and Hagerman, a partnership of German immigrants. The Lincoln Bank and Trust, a direct descendant of the German American Bank of Fort Wayne, founded in 1905, provided the funding for the project. In response to anti-German sentiment during World War I, the bank changed its name in 1918 to the Lincoln National Bank, operating until 1993. Fort Wayne itself was officially platted in 1824, becoming the county seat and obtaining its city charter in 1840. The local economy received a boost with the arrival of the Wabash and Erie Canal in 1843. In 1871, the National League of Professional Baseball Players was established here in Fort Wayne, with the inaugural game being between the Fort Wayne Keokongas and the Cleveland Forest Cities on May 4, 1871. The city experienced population growth in the 19th century due to the influx of German and Irish immigrants, contributing to a diverse cultural landscape evident in the numerous Roman Catholic and Lutheran churches in the area. Downtown Fort Wayne sits right on the historic Lincoln Highway. The Lincoln Highway stands as one of the earliest transcontinental highways in the United States and was and is a pioneer road specifically designed for automobiles. Conceived in 1912 by Indiana entrepreneur Carl G. Fisher, the highway was officially dedicated on October 31st, 1913. Stretching from Times Square in New York City to Lincoln Park in San Francisco, the Lincoln Highway spans coast to coast, covering a vast expanse of the country. Initially, the full route traversed 13 states, including New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, Nevada, and California. This historic roadway played a pivotal role in shaping the early automobile culture and facilitating cross-country traffic. We're now going through a historic district known as the Landing. This area holds a rich historical significance and has been an integral part of Fort Wayne's development. Initially named after Dana Columbia, a hotel and canal boat operator, this street, known as Columbia Street, served as the terminal for passengers and freight arriving and departing via stagecoach and canal. The Wabash and Erie Canal, with ground broken in 1832 and dedicated in 1843, played a pivotal role in the area's transportation. The Landing witnessed the organization of Allen County and Wayne Township in 1824 and served as a meeting place for county commissioners and circuit court. Many firsts in Fort Wayne appeared on the street, including the establishment of a post office in 1820, a hotel in 1823, a newspaper in 1833, a theater in 1851, and a railroad station in 1853. The street's connection to the canal is evident through the basins that once neighbored it. These basins supported canal boat traffic, turning them around and aiding industries with supplies and merchandise. Columbia Street's business thrived with a diverse range of businesses, including wholesale and retail outlets, hotels, taverns, restaurants, boarding houses, barbershops, newspapers, banks, bakeries, and much more. Noteworthy individuals associated with Columbia Street include Thomas Edison, who lived and worked here for a while as a telegraph operator, and Dana Columbia, who changed careers to be Captain Columbia, operating the Chief, the first packet boat to carry passengers along the Wabash and Erie Canal. This intersection of Main and Calhoun Streets is known as Transfer Corner. It earned its name as the central hub for streetcars where conductors distributed transfer slips to passengers. In addition to streetcars, interurban trains once traveled to outlying communities from this bustling corner. Before the era of trolley cars and trains, horse cars operated, charging $2 per ticket for travel in both directions. Conductors would unhitch the horse at the end of the line, lead it to the other end, and rehitch it for the return back to the turntable corner. In 1873, the town faced a setback when the great episodic flu epidemic struck, affecting nearly all the horses and disrupting public transportation. By 1890, efforts were made to electrify street railways. Marmaduke Marcellus Slattery, an inventor at Jenny Electric Light Company, explored battery technology for powering trolleys, but abandoned the idea after an unsuccessful experiment. Trolley buses powered by electricity eventually replaced trolley cars in the 1940s. The last trolley car ran on January 27, 1947, and diesel-powered buses took over in the 1960s.
Wait.
Ahead of us is the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception. This beautiful church stands as a testament to history and proudly holds the title of the oldest church structure in continuous use here in Fort Wayne. Constructed in 1860, the cathedral serves as the seat of Catholicism in northern Indiana. The Cathedral Square's initial significant portion was acquired and purchased by Father Stephen Baden in 1831. Father Julien Benoit, the chief architect and first rector of the cathedral, later obtained the remaining land. The cornerstone of this remarkable church was laid on June the 19th, 1859, and it was officially dedicated on December the 8th, 1860. The establishment of the Diocese of Fort Wayne in 1857, with John H. Lures as the first bishop, prompted the vision to build a grand cathedral. The resulting church, that measures 180 feet by 80 feet and adorned with two large steeples, was constructed at a modest cost of $46,000. Upon its completion, the cathedral became the largest church in the state and was dedicated to the Immaculate Conception by Bishop Lures. Here to our left is the Follinger Freeman Botanical Garden. This is a botanical garden and conservatory that serves as a cultural and educational resource for the community. It offers indoor as well as outdoor gardens that showcase a variety of plant species. Ahead of us is the Embassy Theater. It originally opened in 1928 as the Emboy Theater, and its adjacent Indiana Hotel were designed by local Fort Wayne architect A.M. Strauss. Recognizing the increasing popularity of films, owner Clyde Quimby expanded his influence to include several of Fort Wayne's notable movie houses such as the Paramount, the Jefferson, and the Palace. The Emboy later underwent a name change to the Embassy, a designation it still holds today. Beyond being an early cinema in Fort Wayne, the Embassy was a pioneer as one of the city's first air-conditioned buildings. It also housed a remarkable 1,150 pipe organ. To our right, this huge glass building is the Grand Wayne Convention Center. This center provides large and versatile spaces for hosting a variety of events, including conventions, conferences, trade shows, meetings, as well as other special events. Engine house number 3 that we see here on our right is a historic fire station. The architectural firm of Wing and Morin designed this notable structure, which saw the original construction of its first section in 1893 with an addition of another section in 1907. This building is designed in the Romanesque Revival style and is a red brick building that serves today as the home of the Fort Wayne Firefighters Museum. We're now walking through the area that has the Allen County Public Library. Established in 1895, the Allen County Public Library has played a pivotal role in the social and cultural life of Fort Wayne. The journey towards this public library began in 1850 when Allen County allocated funds for a library in its budget. Although state law permitted a tax levy for a public library in 1881, the Fort Wayne City Council initially hesitated until 1893 when the Women's League Club of Fort Wayne successfully advocated for its establishment. In January 1895, the Fort Wayne Public Library opened its doors in a room within the City Hall building that was on East Berry Street. Initially, there were 3,606 volumes in the library. In 1904, with support from Andrew Carnegie, the library constructed its first building at Webster and Wayne Street. During the construction, the collection found a temporary home in the Electron building across from City Hall. The Carnegie Library served as the library's headquarters until 1868, when it was replaced by this current building in 1981. Just past the library is the First Presbyterian Church. This congregation holds a significant place in Fort Wayne's history, marking several firsts in the community. Established in 1825, it became the first to operate a Sunday school, the first to have a resident minister, and the first to erect a church building. The current facility that we see today was constructed in 1953. Another historic congregation here in Fort Wayne is the Trinity English Lutheran Church. In 1846, Henry Rudisill and 17 other Lutherans embarked on a significant endeavor to establish an English-speaking Lutheran church in Fort Wayne. Prior to this, the Lutheran church in the city had been predominantly led by the German community, rooted in the ethnic heritage of Germany. Recognizing the importance of embracing the future, Rudisill and his companions chose to break away from the traditional German Lutheran church and establish a new English Lutheran church with a forward-looking vision. The English Lutherans posted their separation from the German Lutherans in 1846 and experienced some gradual growth. New arrivals from the eastern states, American-born children of immigrants, and a few Scandinavian Lutherans joined their ranks. Initially, the congregation worshipped on Sunday afternoons in the First Presbyterian Meeting House next to, in an older building that we saw next to the current First Presbyterian Church. The Presbyterians, anticipating to move to a new church, sold their 15-year-old building to the English Lutherans. Under the leadership of Reverend William P. Rudruff, Trinity English Lutheran saw a doubling of its membership, necessitating a larger church building. A lot on the corner of Wayne and Clinton Streets was acquired, and the cornerstone for this Gothic Revival building that we see today was laid on July the 29th, 1863. I hope you've enjoyed this Wandering Walks of Wonder tour here in downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana. Make sure to leave a comment on which one of the buildings you like the most, as well as to make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We will see you on our next Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. Take care now. Bye-bye.